What the is AEO? And for that matter, what is GEO? These new terms have come onto the scene in the last couple of months, and we're getting questions about them all the time. So from this, marketing tips from wherever I happen to be today, which is driving across the Central Valley of California, let's talk about AEO, GEO, and all of the terms that go along with that. So AEO is Answer Engine Optimization, and GEO is Generative Engine Optimization. I suppose you could have AIEO, which sounds like a children's song if you ask me, but these are all very important things to getting your business noticed in the world of this new realm of AI search. So first, let's back up for a second and talk about, how are consumers using AI tools to search for things these days, right? So really interesting talk from a couple of weeks ago from the CEO of Google talking about how search engine use has changed since they added that little AI summary on top of the search result page when you search for something on Google. And two really interesting nuggets that stood out to me. One, it takes 10 to 20 times the amount of compute power, just raw computers, to produce the AEO result or the AI result that shows up there on top than it does to produce just the regular search engine results. And they haven't figured out a way to monetize that yet. You'll notice that there's usually links in that AI summary, but there's not ads. The ads show up below that. So it's costing Google 10 to 20 times as much money, literally, to produce that result, and they're not able to monetize it yet. So that's number one, and point number one. And number two, in the last 3 years, since ChatGPT really came onto the scene, the average length of search query has grown 3 times. Meaning if a search query before was 10 words, now it's 30 words, because these users, they're looking to actually find the answer. They're not just looking to find a website where they can then find the answer. They're trying to get rid of that extra gap of having to do the work themselves, I guess. So how does this apply to a business that is online and has put some thought and effort, or even a lot of thought and effort, into SEO, search engine optimization, right? To show up in the top ranked search results. Well, let's talk about this. And by the way, there's an excellent blog article we recently wrote on our website at thegetsmartgroup.com. I'll link to it here as well. That really goes into this in depth. But I just want to talk about a couple of generalized concepts. So I was first asked to do research into how to rank a website better way back in the year 2000, if you can believe that, when things were different than they are now. And after much research, so this is now pushing 25, 26 years ago, the answer that I came up with then was content is king. Well-written, good, descriptive content, which at the end of the day is just words on a website, was king. And you know what? That is still true today. Content was king, is king, and will be king. And this means really good, well thought out writing on your website that describes what's going on. So, it used to be that somebody would search for pool chemical store near me. Now they're going to search for what is the best pool chemical to put in my pool when I open it in the spring, and is there a store nearby that carries that, and what is the price, right? Wildly different query, and they're now looking for the answer, not just the pathway to the answer. And if your website is properly structured and properly built, you're going to get everything you need in place for these generative AI and answer engine and LLMs and all the other acronyms that are out there to find your content and use it, because the AI tools really aren't making up new stuff. They're relying on the good data and information that already exists out there. And if your website is properly answering those questions in detail, in depth, with properly structured headlines and body and headline 1 and headline 2 and all the starting to get geeky SEO stuff, then you're going to be cited in those AEO, GEO results, right? So there's more to it. I encourage you to read the blog post, but I want you to be thinking about this. It is definitely an investment to make in your business, but when people are now shifting their search patterns to look for the answers, then if you are providing really well thought out answers on your website, all of these AI tools are not only going to go, yep, that's the one, I'm gonna repurpose that, but I'm also gonna link to that website so that once the user gets the answer they're looking for, they can go verify it with a knowledgeable person, a knowledgeable website like yours is. So anyway, that's my kind of marketing rant for the day. It's a big topic of discussion right now, and there's definitely ways to rank better and to get included in those answers. We can help you with that. We'd love to. As always, reach out. Hope you learned something. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.